Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to American Life Farming, where I am playing on console rather than PC and trying things out to see what it's like for those who don't have access to all the mods and all those functions and things that we get to have when we're on a PC. So we're just here in the white, heading down to the dealership. Now, if you remember the last episode, we harvested our wheat as well as the sorghum field for one of the neighbours, which left us with a whole lot of straw in our field which we need to go and get collected. So I'm heading down here to go and sort out a baler. Now, we already have our skid steer loader and we've got some pallet forks. I might see about getting some bale forks for that and deciding using that to pick everything up and get the straw sold. So I'm not sure how much money we're going to make off it. I know playing seasons you don't get any money for just collecting loose straw. I'm hoping that baled straw might be a little bit more lucrative. We're just going to have a look here in the shop at our balers and see what we're going to take home. So just taking a look here at balers, obviously we've got only a limited budget, $41,000 to spend. So we're probably looking at one of these three John Deeres. Now these two are the same baler. However, one works with the straw harvest add-on where we need to buy the baling twine, and the other is just the straight baler. So I think for a little bit of realism, just to experience this, we're going to go for the one where we need to buy some baling twine. So we'll get that manually filled. We don't need to change the wheel setup. All that changes is the colour of the rims or goes to white tyres. So I'm pretty happy there with the standard one. So for $12,000, let's go ahead and buy that. And obviously we will need to go across and find some baling twine. I can't remember whether it is under big bags or pallets, probably under pallets. And there it is. So we want the bale twine pallet. 48 pieces or 4 pieces. I know from my Spectacle Island series that it will take all 48. However, I think we're only going to need 4. So I'll just buy that. In fact, I'll buy 2 of them. And we'll get 8. There we go. So let's go and have a look. I can see that sitting over there. So we'll jump in the tractor, drive over and get hooked up. So there is our baler sitting there waiting nice and patiently. Do have to come down and grab the rest of that fertilizer at some stage. We've got our 2 pallets of bale twine there either side. So if we just hook that up there, I think that opens the back. We should be able to somehow in here. That's putting our indicators on. I need to recall what we need to do to open the sides on this. Alright, L1 and up. There we go, opening the sides. I should be able to fill from the one side. We'll just drive around and we'll have to back in actually. We should get nice and close in there, but we'll just back in next to this and this should give us all 8 bale twines. So again, L1 and up. Gets that closed down. Right, so we'll head along the expressway here, go down and jump straight into the straw field and make a start on getting that straw baled up. So here we are pulling into the field. We'll just get in here and make a start on baling. So we need to unfold the rear of the baler there. You can see the flap going down. Once that's in position, we can turn the pickup on, get that lowered down at the front, and then we should be off baling. There we go. That's working how it should do. Almost over 50% of a bale going along that edge as well. It's good. Difficult to turn. I'm not sure whether it's the jewels. It's making it a bit hard there, but there we go. So we'll just wait for this first bale to drop out. It's be coming out, no worries. This tractor's handling this with ease. There we go. Almost on the ground. Now we do have with the straw harvest add-on, which is what gives us the ability to fill the twine. We also get the bale counter there. So we have created our first bale, which is good. So we're going to get quite a few bales off this, I think. We've already got 3 or 4 bales before even getting around the field once. So I think the best way to tackle this would be to put it on a little bit of a time lapse. It's easier to drive when I'm having to follow the swaths that way than it is to try and do a montage. So we'll do that, and we'll catch you when it's all finished. See how many bales we have. Well, it's proven to be a very fast and efficient job. We're not going to have enough to get an extra bale, but just to get the straw off the ground, we will come and put that little piece up there. And there we go. I think we ended up, we've got 35, but I should jump out the view here, should be able to eject those. 36 and 37. So that's a good result, 37 bales off there. Even if we can get $50 or $100 for them, it's still 2 or 3 grand more than we would have had if we just left it on the ground. We'll just get back over here to the yard, then we'll put the trailer on the back of the pickup. We'll get the skid steer loaded onto the trailer. I will go down and see about getting a different fork, because I just think the bale fork's not quite ideal to be stabbing and spearing any bales. So we'll go and sort something else out for there. Just leave that there for now and get these things sorted out. Just on our way down to the dealer, we'll go and suss out that fork, and just thinking actually after I loaded the skid steer on, I should have put the pallet fork on and we could have brought that fertiliser back. But not to worry, we may even see if we can pick it up if we get a decent bale fork. But we're just about down there, we'll get this all sorted out. So we have gone ahead and bought ourselves this CSZ bale fork. It has the foldable spikes there. Again, I'm just trying to figure out which button it is to get these unfolded now. Oh, there we go. That gets them folded down. So I'll just carefully see if we can pick up this tote and get it back to the yard so that it's not sitting down here. There we go, we can indeed. In fact, if we just spin around, we'll just drive on with this on the front and be able to just drive it straight off when we get to the yard, and then head down to the field and start collecting those bales. Back down here in the field, we've got the skid steer unloaded, the trailer is parked up ready to go. Now what I'm curious is whether I can pick up 2 bales at a time or not. Obviously that will make our loading a whole lot speedier. However, I'm not sure whether the skid steer is going to handle having that weight out the front. They are quite large bales. Let's just have a look. Get speared just a little bit lower. Okay. See how it goes. Well, looks like we might be able to. That will help make things just a little bit quicker rather than doing it in singly. We can double up. Just see how we go getting these first bales loaded on here. Too bad. A little bit further on, not too far. There we go, and the test is always to see, are we over halfway? Oh, we're not too far. That's a centre board in the middle there, so that's right. We can give them a little bit of a push when we get the bales on from the other side. It looks like we should be able to get maybe 3 on each side, possibly 2 more on the back. Give us 14. So we're going to have to do 3 loads regardless of how much we try and squeeze on here. So we'll just have to see what's going to be the best fit. We'll just get these all sorted and get our first load down to, well, I'm not actually sure, I haven't looked where the best place to sell them is yet, so we'll just have to take a look. I know there is a bale sell point up near the top of the map and possibly down at the animal dealer, just down where we were selling our grain last time, which should be much more convenient, but we'll take a look at the sale point once we're ready to go. So there we go, we have got 14 bales stacked on there at the moment. We put 2 on the back. As I was doing it though, I came to the realization there may not be a strap to put over those. Which there isn't, that is the last strap. We're going to have to drive very carefully with those 2 bales on the back. But we'll just hop in the pickup and then we'll suss out where we're going to head. Just take a look here at the sell points. We'll just scroll across. We've actually got 3 options for straw. We've got bales, straw manure and straw manure. Now obviously it doesn't show any price there because it is seasons. I'm pretty sure it does sell for a price though, so just take a look. So we've got straw manure up here in the top left. We've got bales down here, and I think my memory is correct, the other straw manure, there it is up here at the animal dealer. So I think we'll take our first load down to bales. We'll see how much we get for it down there, and we might actually do a bit of a test and take the other 2 loads to alternate locations and see how much we get at each of those and see if the price is consistent across the sell points or whether there is some variance. There we can see the straw point. I did highlight it so we knew exactly where we were heading. I think if we just get backed into there, we'll just have to do a rough calculation in our heads as to what we earn when they sell. Divide it by 14 and we should get value. There we go. Oh, that's not bad actually. $3,800. So it's more than $200 a bale, maybe close to $250. In fact, almost or over $270 a bale. So that's pretty decent. That's a good benchmark. We'll go and see what we can get from the other 2 sell points. More than I was expecting though, which is good. We can clear an extra 10 or 12 grand off these bales. That'll be a bonus on top of the money we made off the straw, off the wheat, sorry. So we'll just pick a spot in here, centered between a cluster of bales. Just in here looks very good, and we'll go and get another load done. Load number 2 getting finished off here on the back of the trailer. Now this one we are going to take up to one of the other sell points. Not sure which one yet. We'll head north and decide when we get there. We'll just jump out. Just leave the engine running in the pickup. That's alright. Diesel's just over the road. But that's all the straps, I believe. Yes it is. Alright, let's jump in here head north, see where we end up and how much we earn. I think it was, what was it, 3,800 for that first load. So we'll go and see if this one will earn us equal, more or less. So we've gone to the northwest corner, the bale sell point up here. I think we should just be able to come in, hopefully drive through this trigger. No, it doesn't want to accept it there. Perhaps that's not the sell point, perhaps it is the manure sell point. Let's push forward and see if that is where they will go. Ah, there we go. Selling them all in there. 3,797, so I think that's pretty much exactly the same value as what we earned from the last lot. So it doesn't appear to be any significant difference between those two sell points. One more load and one more sell point to test out. Just have this one last bale to collect and then we'll have everything cleared off the field. Which is good because, if you remember our past conversations, I want to get straight in and get this planted with a winter crop, with the intention that we can get it harvested early in summer and get a late summer, autumn crop of soybeans planted for next season. So that is the plan. We'll just get these strapped on. Press the strap, there it is. Oops. Too many presses. And then we'll head up to the sell point, which is up by the animal dealer, up in the northeast end of the map. But just here at the animal dealer, the straw sell point is somewhere out the back. So I think through the gate possibly, looks like it. Hopefully we're not too late, it's just gone 5 o'clock. I hope we're not locked out. No. That gate is opening. We're going to have to calculate the value of bales. Now there was a $40 difference between the two loads we sold, which equates to about a $3 per bale difference. And in here, well, 2091 and 261. So we'll just figure out the price for those. $261 per bale from here, so about $10 less than the first spot we sold them at, which is interesting. Guess that makes this one slightly better price. Sorry, makes the first one a slightly better price. Thinking straight there. Irrespective of that, to earn 10 grand off the straw on that one field is pretty impressive. It's not the biggest field, and we didn't make that much off selling the grain. So, good result. All adds up. Right, let's head back down to the farm, and I might look. Got a couple of things to do. We've got a baling contract we've taken on, one we talked about last time, and we've also got to get that field planted. So we'll just head back to the yard and figure out our next move. So we've just got back here to the yard. We've finished selling all the bales. Now I'm not sure. You may have seen me sell the last lot. You may not. But the last 9 bales we sold up at the animal dealer netted us $261 per bale. So slightly less, about $10, $11 a bale less than the first lot we sold down that way at the animal trader down there. So still, I'm not going to complain for having earned about 10 grand in selling that straw. Tops up the money we earned from selling the grain, which is good. Now we're just going to move on. I'm going to just take a quick look at the planting in seasons. Now we can get our barley planted. It's the first day of planting today, and if we do that, I'm hoping we can harvest it, like I've said before, on day 1 of summer next year, which would give us a window to plant either soybeans or corn on exactly the same day. So I think it's 5 o'clock at night. We will get the seeder out and we'll get a start on getting that crop in the ground and giving us a head start on next year. Now I do also have a baling contract to do. I need to clear that out as soon as possible because I don't want to miss out on any harvesting contracts that might come in the morning. So we may even find time to race down and get at least that field mowed and possibly windrowed and ready to bale in the next episode. But we'll just get one of the tractors hooked up here to the seeder. We'll probably use the International and go over and get that field planted. Looks like we are all full of fertiliser and seed, which saves us a job. Just have to pull off here so that car can get past. And then we should be able to pull in here. Now, just double check again, we were going to plant barley. If we have a look here at our options, barley or cotton is where we're in the planting window. So we'll just go through, make sure we've got barley selected as our crop type. There we go. Alright, we'll get started. Yeah, we'll get that planter turned on, get it lowered down, and start moving on getting our next crop in the ground. There we go, that's all running nice and smoothly. So we'll put together another little montage here of the planting and see when it's all finished. Last little piece here and we will be all done with the barley planting. So we've gone from harvesting to baling straw, planting all in one day, which is good. We'll hopefully have a good winter and come next season be able to get those soybeans done as well, which will be really good to maximise the use of our land. Here we go, that is all finished. We'll head back up to the yard. We will park things up. Might give them a little bit of a wash down while we're there, and I think then we will just have enough time to get up to the field where we have the contract and get started on at least mowing and windrowing in preparation to bale the grass next time. That's the tractor looking much cleaner. And just the planter there, which needs a decent wash down. Have a lot of dirt. Obviously won't be needing it for a wee while now, particularly with our crops all planted. Not sure if there'll be any planting contracts which come up in the next wee while, or they'll have to wait for spring. But we'll get this all tidied up and put away. We're just on our way up to the field that we are going to bale. Now I've taken this contract out as a borrow equipment contract, so we'll be using the farmer's tractor, mower, all of that setup. Probably not quite authentic to American farming, a little bit of a different type of setup, and we're going to do it a little bit differently to maximise our efficiency. Obviously no courseplay or anything like that, so we're trying to make things as simple and easy for ourselves as we can. We'll just get parked up here. As you can see, we've got an Argsy auto stacker there, got the bale wrapper over there and a baler as well, and on this side we've got our tractor, so a nice big Deutz there. We've got the Pottinger mower on the front. Now we've got this set up so it's the full mower on the front. Then on the back we have the windrower, so the idea being, because we are doing silage bales, we can mow and windrow in one go. Might not be quite as efficient in terms of the windrower. We'll probably end up with more swaths than we need because the width of this is quite a bit more than mower, but it will mean one less pass. And we're using a square baler, so we don't have to stop when we're baling, so not too big a issue. So we'll keep everything unfolded, get out here into the field and make a start on the mowing. The mower's unfolded there on the front first. I'll just go out and we'll turn around a little bit so we can get the windrower done. Mindful actually of the fact we probably might have to be a bit careful with the windrower on the first lap around, just so we've got a headland width. In fact, I may even not windrower the first pass. Everything lowered down there on the front, both mowers down, there we go. Just so we can maximise the amount of grass we're going to mow, and if we need to go around and do an extra windrow pass around the outside later, we can do that. There we go, that's the mowers up and going. The more grass we can cut, the more bales we can make, the more overflow we will have to be able to earn a little bit from the extra bales. There we go, there goes the train racing down through. Alright, well I think this is quite a big field, so probably the best way again for this. One of the challenges with console is creating the montages and using some of the camera effects we can do on PC, so I think again we'll put this onto a time lapse and we'll just get this mowing done, ready to plant next time. Ready to plant, what am I talking about? Ready to bale next time. We're just getting the last little piece of mine here. It's worked reasonably well. It has been a little bit messy, particularly on the ends when it comes time to turn and lift things up and try and keep the rows nice and tidy. So I think I might get the mowers turned off while we're here, and while they're turned off and folded up, I might run around the outside just with the windrower and try and tidy up these rows just a little bit. It is, like I said, you can see just here, a rather large section we missed. So let's see if we can tidy that up, maybe even, look at that, I can put two into one. We'll do that just around here on the outsides, and that will be us all wrapped up. And I think that has made a big difference to our swaths, particularly on the ends. Just tidied things up. We have ended up with some pretty big heaps in a few spots just where a bit of grass had got accumulated, but all in all I think that is going to make things a whole lot easier. So we'll just get that lifted up, turned off and folded up, and we'll go back over here and park up at the yard, all ready to get this baled and wrapped in the next episode. Alright, and there we go. We've taken everything off and got the baler all hooked up, so we'll be ready to bale these next time. Look at this swath, it's almost as tall as I am. Fingers crossed the baler is capable of picking that up, but hopefully it will lead to a decent payday, particularly with the leftover bales that we'll get to keep. The contract in itself is pretty lucrative, but that will make a healthy addition to our bank account. But I do hope you have enjoyed that episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.